Well, prepare yourself, guys. Chris, we're talking through the media. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about Nikki, Philippi, a YouTuber who got into a little bit of trouble for backlash from what she did to the family pet, as well as some drama with an adoption. We're going to go a little bit on some other things with the TikTok vigilante known as Aunt Karen, and maybe we'll have some time. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on with the Golden Globes and Tom Cruise and all that good stuff. So let's get right into it, guys. I know you want to get started, so let's get to it right here.
T3 Media.
Like I said, guys, if we're going to talk a little bit about the YouTube thing with Nikki Philippi a little bit, but before we get into everything, I want you to hit the like and subscribe button. If you haven't already become a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Do that for me. I'm doing a little bit of fundraising, guys. If you want to submit a comment or question, but you also want to support the channel, do me a favor and go straight to the tip link. Go to, Streamlabs /T3 Medias /tips. You can send in a question or comment. You also got the description of it in the chat box and with that link. And you can send in a question and send in a comment. You want me to read it? It'll pop up right in the middle of the show. You'll see something pop up right here as I'm talking live. And it just helps support the channel. We're trying to, I'm set the goal a little low. I'm just doing like a $50 set of goals for today. So if we can hit that goal, I'm trying to get another piece of equipment, new microphone for the channel, and I would appreciate if you want to help us out with that. And if you can't catch Talking Through the Media's live during the live stream, you can also check us out on our podcast. You can go to Apple or you can go to SoundCloud and check T3 Media's out. Talking Through the Media's, look that up. And hit the stars or 5 stars, 1 star, whatever you think the show deserves. Appreciate you for all your support. Just let us know what you guys think at all time. Now, with that out the way, let me get right into it because it could be a long one. Now, look, I don't know much about Nikki Philippi, Nikki Philippi, and her husband, but when I saw that, because we do a little thing here where we call it, why is that trending? I'm looking things up. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on Twitter, on Instagram. Everybody's talking about this YouTuber and what she did. So you have a family pet and you have this pet for like 9 years. And then you introduce a new pet to a newborn baby. Now, dog owners, they typically know that new scent in the house, the new person, you know your pet, you know your dog. So I'm looking at the outrage, and I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Why are they just piling on to this person? And I'll get into it later on the mistakes that was probably made or definitely made with introducing a type of animal that you've known for 9 years. You know whether this dog is aggressive or not. You know whether or not this animal is capable, or even if there's a possibility of something happening to what would happen. This dog bit their child, and then they put the dog to sleep immediately. And the real outrage from all of that was not only that you have animal lovers that's going to pile on to that. It was the fact that they got on YouTube I'm sorry, you're really just trying to chase clout for this. I mean, this is a very personal thing. Your child was injured. Your dog is now dead because you euthanized them. A lot of people are saying, and I kind of agree, unnecessarily. There are other things you could have done besides that, but that is also an option. They chose to go straight to euthanization. It's the fact that they got on their YouTube channel, hit that they put a description in, they titled it, got a thumbnail, you hit the monetize button so you can try to make money off of it. And I got it right here. I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. I watched a little bit of it. I'm not really gonna go into the whole video, but I got it queued up for us to listen to together. So here's a little bit of it. I'll pause it. I'll stop it here and there. Now and then I might break into it a little bit, but just check it out.
Hi guys. I feel awkward just like opening this video. There is no cheery way to open this video. And so we're here today to share with you what's been going on in our life. Now, you already know, I mean, by the well, no, you don't know by the title, but you know if you follow us on Instagram. And so I'm just going to jump to the point, and then we're going to back up and tell you the story and explain. So over the weekend, going into the weekend on Friday, we had to put Bowser to sleep. Man, it's so awkward saying the words. I feel like I don't even
hold on. There's a little bit.
know how to quite say it.
Hold on. Let me break into it real quick. Hold on.
Dan is with me because Bowser was, I mean, he was our dog, but he was Dan's dog. And this was
it's kind of doubling up. Let me stop that.
You know, when Dan and I were first talking about this.
Hold on, guys. Let me stop. Look, I'm gonna break into it right now because I could already hear it was kind of doubling up. But so I don't know what's going on with the video, and I'll try to fix it real quick while I'm talking. But the thing that upset a lot of people, and it upset me right off the bat, was the fact that it just seemed so forced and so staged. It's like, hey, you know what? It would be a good idea if we go on our channel. We got 1 million subscribers, and we can just, we talk about it. We posted it up on Instagram. Hey, just euthanize the dog, bit our child, just put him to death. We're going to talk about it live on our channel. Come check us out. It just felt so damn staged. The whole time she's talking, let me see if I can bring it back, if it'll let me. The whole time she's talking, it was like, why are you, I mean, she's like sipping, she's like sipping coffee or whatever the hell she was drinking. And let me see, I don't know if you're hearing this now. I just felt like this whole thing was like a what the fuck moment. Like, you're joking about being cheery about this. Why would anybody want to display like that the fact that their child was attacked by a dog? Now, any other situation where it's like you're in a park, you're walking down the street and a dog attacks you or something like that, people put that stuff on the internet all the time. A child was attacked by a dog. Here's the footage. We caught it. Pray for our child. He's in the hospital. Things like that. That stuff, people post stuff like that all the time. Whether or not they should, that's debatable. I probably wouldn't 9 times out of 10. That's private stuff. But we're talking about people who get on YouTube, on Instagram constantly. Here's our pet. Here's our loving dog. Member of the family. It's been 9 years. And try to exploit this whole thing about instantly deciding to euthanize a family pet that's 9 years old. And if in the video admitting that they raised this dog in a aggressive type manner. She even tried to disassociate herself at the beginning of it. It's really his dog, but it's a family pet. And he goes off like, I know the dog was a little aggressive. Well, if you knew the dog was aggressive, look, people who feel like there is a slight chance of a situation like the dog, family pet, biting the newborn or the baby, they usually will get ahead of it and be like, I know how I raised this dog. I know how I've played with this dog. They're on their Instagram. They show how you don't think you're being aggressive, but you're amping this dog up. This dog thinks that this is the normal behavior in the house. Like you get the little dog in your hands, and the husband is like throwing the little dog in front of this bulldog, this pit bull, in an aggressive way, and he's nipping at him, like trying to bite, like thinking that biting is playing. Like this whole aggressive play fighting It's just like raising a kid. If I play fight with my kids all the time, if I teach my children that yelling is the only way to really listen to me, or yelling at your brothers and sisters is the only way they're going to listen to you and stuff, then they're going to grow up thinking that that's normal. You see it all through their footage, the way they play with this dog. And then when this dog feels like, look, I've had a friend that had a similar situation, dog that bit his little sister, close to the same age, not really, but, and it's not saying that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's terrible what happened to that little baby. I hope he's okay. But a dog, how did he put it? That dog at that moment knew in his mind or felt or was trained or led to believe by the master of the house, the owners, that dog was at a higher level than his little sister. This is my friend I'm talking about. It's like that dog in his mind outranked that little baby. Now this might not be the same situation or scenario for everybody, but having a dog that feels like it's a family protector and thing. That little girl was play fighting, and that dog was trained to believe from before she was even born that when you play fight like that, biting is allowed. Because adults, when a dog play fights and you reach that limit, that adult is going to put that dog in its place if it goes too far. But what might be play fighting, biting to an adult could be detrimental to a little kid. And then as a newborn parent, you're freaking out. But if that's how you raised that animal all those years before that child was born, then they should have known that was a very logical possibility. If you're constantly, let me turn this thing down. I think it's causing feedback. To constantly, you can see it all through their Instagram footage and through other videos that they have on YouTube. And then to try to monetize this fucked up situation where your newborn was bit by a dog. You know how people are when it comes to animals. Hell, Michael Vick killed dogs, and he was treated as if he murdered people. His career ended, everything. Like you served debt to society and everything. People don't give a fuck when it comes to animals. The second you do something to an animal, that's it. It doesn't even sometimes matter when they attack a person. And this is a baby, and I bet people are very conflicted on it. It's a baby, but at the same time, I'm more agreeing with the people who say, you could have just. There was probably thousands of people, hundreds of people that probably would have taken that pit up. That had space. He even admitted it in the video. This was an outside dog. He's very aggressive, and he was forced to be an inside dog. Well, then you were the one who put your. Now, I'm not trying to tell a parent how to parent. Now let me be clear about this. If you want to share your opinion, share it in the comment section, or if you want to help us out with the with our fund, what I'm raising money for, help me out on that one too. But send a comment as well. But in the regular comment section or super chat or however you want to do, if you want to talk about this. But if you knew that animal was aggressive, an outside dog, he's an outside dog. What the hell you got him inside in front of your baby like that for? I don't even trust cats around my newborn. I'm superstitious like that. They steal your breath. Do I have a cat? Yes. Would I like a cat hanging around a baby? Like, even though if I feel like the cat would never do nothing, the cat's probably afraid of the baby. But I just grew up with that superstition. They steal your breath. Get that damn cat away from this newborn baby. Because the baby won't be able to verbalize, defend himself, and might think that everything is just as playful as you raised that dog. But that dog is 9 years old, has teeth. They're naturally pack mentality, family protectors, household protectors. Now, if it was the same situation as my friend told me, with the whole, that dog at the moment felt like he outranked that kid, and you got a little too pushy or aggressive or was playing too much. Parents weren't monitoring him, and bam, dog went and does what some dogs will do, especially if that's the way you raise that dog. And then you punish that dog with death for doing what you've been training and allowing and having that dog do for 9 years. Accept it for 9 years. 9 years. Then bam. Only with death do you teach this dog the error of his ways. After 9 years of allowing it with yourself. That's the part that I couldn't handle. And the backlash on Twitter, everybody coming down on them, people just, going for the gusto with their comments and whatnot. I mean, look, I don't always approve of the whole way that mob mentalities, cancel culture and whatnot be trying to attack people and stuff like that. Is it all 100% fair? Probably not. But at that level, when you have 1 million followers, you got all that stuff, especially when you try to put it on your channel to exploit it. I'm sorry. That's how I felt. You're sitting there drinking your latte, talking about how sad it is. You laughing in your husband's shoulder. He looks like he's sitting there looking like a damn prisoner of war. Like he don't even really want to talk about any of this stuff. And just looking like a damn fool. Like look at the way he just nodding his head. And, you can tell. I'm sorry. You can just tell to me. It just looks like that way to me. That this was all her idea. Hey babe, I got an idea. Let's fire up the camera. Look at the way he's sitting there. He didn't want to be. He don't even want to do this shit. Like she said, that was his dog. But people want to chase. They just want to exploit shit for the wrong reasons, and it backfired. And now they on their YouTube channel. They're cutting off the comments. They don't want to hear it no more. Hey, I don't like all the comments I get either, but it's fair game. And I'm sorry, at that level with all those followers, you should have known better. You knew how people were going to react to something like that. And then on another situation, after the fact, it was brought up about how when they were looking to adopt, they were focused on adopting a child from Thailand, I think is what it said. YouTubers Nikki and Phillippi had sparked yet more furious debate, this time for giving up an adoption from Thailand after learning that their child wouldn't be allowed on social media. That one of the stipulations from adopting a baby from overseas, from that country, is don't put them on social media like that. And I guess they were like, hey, yeah, well, if we can't put this kid on social media, then we don't want that kid, because over here in this house, it's more important to get clicks and get likes versus adopting a baby who probably would have been happy in this home, loved them as parents, probably would have been raised out in an outstanding upbringing or whatever. I mean, I don't know much about their personal life. I don't care. But if maybe they would have been great parents to that child. But it's like, oh, sorry. So I said I was going to adopt you, but I can't get clicks from this adoption. So we're going to go another. It pissed me off. The celeb couple came under fire last week after admitting that they put their dog down, blah, blah, blah. But now the plot is sticking, as video of Nikki YouTube page has reemerged of the couple in the midst of their adoption journey back in 2018, uploaded to Reddit. The clip shows Nikki telling her channel viewers and subscribers, now at 141 million, goddamn, and 1.28 million, retrospectively, that she and her husband were hoping to adopt from Thailand. She explained that the country has unique laws which remain in place for 12 months after the child is adopted. After you pick up your child, they are your child, but you are not allowed to talk about them or share any image, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year. It continues. I mean, Nikki got a YouTube channel and we share a whole lot. Dan added. When that hit, we literally were like, oh, what? Says Nikki. So we were like going around the house, like trying to figure out how this could work. If you really care about this child and want this baby, then you just abide by that rule. Just don't put anything up online. What do you need? What do people need? This need to brag and to show off their personal. If the welfare of the child is the most important thing, seemingly, then okay, I can handle it. But this is the time when we can get the most likes and the most. She's at the most cutest age right now. We can really exploit this. I mean, we're like, all right, let's pray about it. Let's pray about it. Let's sleep on it, and then let's see how we feel in the morning. The couple concluded that after talking to loved ones, adoption wasn't right for them. That's it. After praying on it, what happened to praying on it and sleeping on it? We're gonna pray on it, sleep on it, then we're gonna talk. We're gonna. Who convinced? Nobody convinced them. Nobody on the outside of that house convinced them. They made that conclusion up for themselves. That was their conclusion. I'm sorry. You can't convince me otherwise. That was the conclusion. A little bit. The reason why that story kind of got under my skin is because I knew somebody like that. So a person I used to work for who had, her and her husband was having issues with childbirth. They wanted to adopt. This woman, he secretly admitted, in private with the guys that, he really didn't want children or didn't care that much about it. He just wanted her to be happy. It's like, okay, that was a recipe for a disaster. And they were focused on adopting from Africa. They're a white couple and they want to adopt from Africa. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. But it seemed like the more and more I kept hearing them talk about it or her talk about it, it seemed like that little tidbit, that little bit of information was the most important part. It started to feel like a look at me, I'm willing to adopt babies from Africa. And it got to a point where it started to feel like the look of it was the most important thing about it. Now, okay, that's fine. They accomplished their goal. Long story short, they were stealing money from their employees. I being one of them. I wasn't one of the ones that they stole from because I was smart enough not to let that happen to me. But they were stealing money from their. So it was in a situation where they couldn't adopt. I guess they said they made a certain amount of money and they had to keep that image alive and keep that in the bank. So they would tell their employees that, the payments would be delayed and people were owed money to, I guess, to keep it in the bank so they could make this adoption happen. And by the time they got their kid, not one but two children from that country, they skipped town. They owed hundreds of thousands of dollars to their employees. Checked out. She still has the babies. And then the suspicion of whether or not that marriage would even survive. I'm not naming names. That we were right about the guys. We were right about that because they split up after, because he admitted it. He was like, he didn't really want any kids. He was just trying to make her happy. Well, she has them now. Then she got a lawsuit. So it's like these people that I knew went to the extreme of ripping off their friends and employees to keep this image alive. This, look at me, look how great I am. I'm willing to adopt these African children and accept them into our home. So to make that happen, you ripped off your friends and your employees and got sued for it. When they wouldn't have gone through an iota of that drama by just adopting if it was that situation where ripping off people to make this adoption happen was an option, then why not just adopt from within the states where you would not have had to go through a tenth of that drama? But it was about the look. And I'm sorry, that's what this Nikki Philippi, whatever they're called, that's what it reminded me of. When they were told that they could not use their adoption on their YouTube channel, they euthanized that mission. Just to link it back to what happened with that dog. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it. And look, I don't care about their ideology, their personal politics. I don't care about any of that. We don't, from what I understand, we don't have that much in common. But I'm a parent. So I don't know. It's based on what happened with their family pet, based on what happened with how they feel about adopting. If they can't link an adoption, if getting it on your YouTube channel is more important than the adoption, I don't know. It's something about priorities that seems to be missing in this whole mentality of these people. That's my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think about it, and if we want to talk about it, let me put it in the box below, and we'll talk about it more. We got your mail. All right. So there is a person on TikTok that I want to talk about. Her name is at TikTok. You can go to Aunt Karen and then the number 0. She's known as like a TikTok vigilante. Like social justice is what she's known for. She really, what she does is she calls people out on racism and their bullshit when they're online, being low key racist or straight up racist, and she's good at it. She's put a lot of people on blast, and what she's done recently will kind of, I hope it impressed you, because it impressed the hell out of me. So I'm going to play, I snipped together like 3 of her TikTok videos, because she came upon the news that there was someone in Oklahoma who was sending threatening text messages and talking about hurting or killing black people just because he hates them. And there was really no awareness of it. Whoever this person was texting his friend, bragging about it, bitching about it, complaining, I'm going to kill these people, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And no one was doing anything about it, even though his own friend was kind of putting him on blast with the text messages. So Aunt Karen gets involved in it. And this is pretty much what happened.
TikTok, I'm putting this here because someone's life could be in danger. An employee here, Caleb Adams, has several disturbing text messages between him and another employee. I've reached out to the supervisor, and I do not believe these threats are taken seriously. In a text exchange, he says, I can't tell you how many times I've thought about walking down Jackson and just shooting every motherfucker I see. It's fucking bullshit. I never hated people as much as I've hated people here. I'll go to Rosewood and bomb those uppity effing N-words. It would be worth it just to know a bunch of old black women around camera crying over their dude. I have so much hate in my heart. The world is a joke. I'm not going out without taking at least 20 effers with me. If you will not take this threat seriously, I will. I have already sent the screenshots. This needs to be handled. I am in contact with the FBI. I have already been interviewed. I want to thank everyone for sharing the story and saying something. This is exactly what they mean when they say if you know something, say to Twitter, out to everyone in Oklahoma, because this situation could end badly. Here's just a few of the text messages. Please pause to read. Please share this to Twitter. Please share this on TikTok, guys. We have to get the word out.
So in the end of it, the mayor of that town, Mayor Ernest McCarty, he reached out to her on TikTok and thanked her for bringing awareness to it, because the person was apprehended. Now, whether or not he's going to be found guilty of making, I don't know if it's going to be like terroristic threats or anything like that, but at least nobody knows if he was at the point where he was going to actually do it or do anything about these threats that he was making. I mean, he could have been there. He could have been right there, ready to make it happen, or maybe not. I don't know. He was arrested. There was something obviously to arrest him on, and they arrested on it. And I thought it was pretty cool. Now, this person to me just seemed like a person on TikTok who just likes to call people out, for doing what they do online, if it's considered, racist, low key racist, like you said. But in this situation, she really got ahead of this situation where this dude was making like straight up threats. Whoever he was texting, his own friend, felt cringe enough to put it out there that he was doing these things. Nobody was taking it seriously. But when she got involved and brought awareness to it, boom, he got arrested. And First Amendment rights and all that stuff, like freedom of speech and things like that, hey, go ahead, say what you got to say. But hey, people got the right to react the way they're going to react to it. So obviously there was a reason. There was reason enough to arrest him. Now, if he was arrested for something else, I'm still looking into the story. I'm still trying to find out what the arrest warrant was for and what's going to happen to this dude, this guy named Caleb, and everything. But I thought it was interesting that a person on TikTok was credited. I mean, she was called a vigilante before, and that was pretty much by putting people on blast. And I thought it was funny. Her name is Karen. She's known for taking Karens down. Her name is Karen. It's kind of funny, but she, in my opinion, did a real good thing. And hopefully, this dude gets the help he needs or the jail he needs. I don't know, but it was interesting enough that she got credit from the mayor and thanked officially for her hand in it, because maybe without what she did, this person something probably could have happened. And hell, it was crazy what this man was saying, what he was threatening to do. And his own friend seemed like he was he was definitely there, ready, willing, and probably able. So just like she said, like that's what they say. If you see something, say something. I know I wouldn't let that shit slide. If you were constantly threatening to do something like that to people, I want to see black women crying over these dead bodies and stuff. Like, no. I'm calling 1-800. This motherfucker crazy. I'm gonna do it. That's just me. But let me know what you guys think about that. You look her up on TikTok. If you have TikTok, go to Aunt Karen 0. That's her. That's how you can find her on that app. If you want to follow her, if you support what she's doing, get a kick out of a chuckle or two out of the people that she's kind of taking down. It's kind of funny to me. I find it funny. Well, that's the show, guys. I'm gonna keep it short, guys, because I'm still kind of under the weather. I'm sorry that some of the shows have been a little lacking in the quality. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I had to ride solo today. Amy herself wasn't feeling too well as well, so she told me that she wouldn't be able to help me out on the show today. But that's okay. I'm hoping that she's feeling better. If you have any questions, comments, concerns you want to send to us, like I said, you can always send it to us on the comment section below. If you can send it to us through Streamlabs at /com/T3Medias/tips to help support the channel. It's open 24 hours. I appreciate you guys. And again, and maybe we'll talk about what you want to talk about more on next week's stream or on We Got Your Mail. So with that out of the way, guys, I'm going to call it until next time. Peace.